Hey guys, as I'm recording this, it is 2023, 31st of December, and we are on the verge of a new year beginning in 2024. So I want to take this opportunity to wish every one of you the very best for the coming year. So it's actually promising because we have Jupiter stationed as we're about to enter the new year. And going on a positive note, I would like to think that this brings blessings for good things, abundance, and growth for the coming year. So we shall explore this deeper as we go in through the presentation. So Jupiter goes direct. Now, currently, this is the 31st of December, and at midnight tonight will change, will be 1st of January. And Jupiter has been currently going through its retrograde cycle, which began on the 5th of September at 15 degrees of Taurus. Stations direct on the 30th, which was yesterday, and direct motion resumes as we enter the new year at 0241. Now, this is GMT, so I'm based in Belfast, Northern Ireland, so this is set up for my time. So according to the software I use, this is when Jupiter actually goes direct. And at the minute, it's actually stationed. So that means that from our view on the Earth plane, it still looks stationary, like it's not actually moving. But that will resume at tomorrow morning as we enter the new year. So let's have a look. What does Jupiter actually mean? What does it represent symbolically? So let's break it down. Let's look at the actual glyph, the symbol we use for Jupiter. So it may look to some people like a number 4, but it's not a number 4, although it looks like a number 4. It's actually the crescent. It's designed to represent the crescent of soul rising from the cross of matter. So the cross of matter consists of the line of growth. It's also the parental line, what we inherit from our parents and how we grow out into the world. And we have the relationship line going left to right, the horizon. And that would be how we present to others and the things we attract in terms of relationships and things like that. So the cross of matter is how we are fixed on the earth. And the crescent of soul is how we rise above that and grow spiritually with growing our soul, nurturing our soul to lead a more fulfilling life. So that's what the glyph of Jupiter actually represents. So it's rising above the earth plane, striving for more, striving for betterness, wanting more. So let's actually go in and explore the symbolism and the archetypal themes. So Jupiter in Roman mythology was the king of the gods. He represents growth, abundance, opportunity, education. His energy is far-reaching and has a tendency to overreach, to want more than what he actually has. It's foreign, so it can be related to anything that's not of this nation or what's foreign to you. So overseas, different cultures, foreign cultures, things like that, which also takes in travel and, overseas travel, holidays, and holidaying or traveling abroad with purpose. Also takes in religion, spirituality, philosophy, meaning, purpose, wisdom. So Jupiter, it's all about the things about how you provide meaning and purpose into your life. And with that, wisdom through your education and life experiences, you create a certain amount of wisdom and knowledge about life. So Jupiter is also about doing the right thing, making the right decisions to do the right kind of thing. Okay, so it can be about the next big thing you encounter as well. The next thing you become really excited about can be a Jupiterian kind of energy. It's all about expansion as well. And when you think of Jupiter as the largest planet in the solar system, and if you combine all of the other planets together, Jupiter is more than 2 times of all the other planets combined. So that is to say Jupiter is the heavyweight champion, so to speak, of the universe would be quite an understatement. It certainly is large and expansive. So overseas travel, about judging as well. It's not just about judging others, it's about how you make judgments yourself. Are you doing the right thing? Are you making the right choices? Now, Jupiter can also be responsible for luck in your life, and you'd be wanting to look for, at times of opportunity, if you have done all the background work and worked hard on a certain goal or vision you've been wanting to obtain, Jupiter will present the luck, at the right time, or maybe not at the right time, but it will come eventually, providing you have done the background work on your goals. So it may seem larger than life at times. In terms of the physical aspect of Jupiter, you may come across, you may meet Jupiter in everyday life, like large people or subjects which seem to have a larger than life type of theme. You may be prone to overdoing things. Now, especially if you're having Jupiter transits, these themes will be more prominent to yourself if it's affecting your personal chart. Jupiter as well can be prone to getting involved in lots of different things, lots of different interests, and it also amplifies everything it's connected to. So if you think of that in terms of, say, a sports person winning an event, the event may turn out to be a bigger thing than you even anticipated because of the presence of Jupiter amplifying and expanding situations and themes. If, for instance, you meet someone during a Jupiter transit, you fall in love, it may seem like it's like the biggest love that has ever happened in the history of the world. You're so much in love. But then maybe after a few weeks, months, or whatever, that feeling may dissipate with the Jupiter transit running out as well. And it may seem like it's been part of a grand illusion or something like that. So it's good to be aware of the energies of Jupiter, especially if anything is happening in your life, any new things or anything coming up. The energy can be really like overdoing. Okay, so it's good to be aware of that. Now, Jupiter's archetypal expression, yep, it is the traditional ruler of Sagittarius and Pisces. And Sagittarius is the fire sign, and Pisces is the water sign. So it rules both of those signs, and Jupiter's energy expresses through those signs. So you want to look at your chart, and if you're having a Jupiter transit, Jupiter will express through these signs. So the fire sign, perhaps for travel, education, and for Pisces, it could be more spiritual or meditative. It could be, that's the way it's going to play out. So you want to look at where these signs are in your chart as well, and what houses are activated by this also, to see what areas of life you can expect to experience Jupiter's energy, okay, as it goes direct. So Jupiter in Taurus. Taurus is an earth sign, it's fixed, which means the structures built in Taurus can stand the test of time, they can last. So the things about, Taurus in particular, agriculture. So new ideas, new inventions coming up with agriculture that may stand the time. Money as well. Jupiter can be expansive for money, and we're going to look at some of the big changes that are coming up in 2024 for money as well. Possessions as well, values and self-care. And most importantly, at the minute, during these times of climate change, and we want to understand our respect for the earth. Now, if anyone has had any issues beginning from around the end of October 2023, that's when the lunar eclipse occurred. That was at 5 degrees of Taurus. So if anyone has had their chart activated by this is actually the same degree where Jupiter goes direct on. So this lunar eclipse energy is being activated again by the blessings and abundance of Jupiter. So if your chart is affected by this, now the core of Jupiter is said to have a huge magnetic core. So you could think of it, Jupiter as attracting things to it, like a huge attractor, huge magnet. So you might want to look at your chart, see if you do have anything around 5 degrees Taurus, and see what you may be attracting. Are you attracting anything towards you? Because you'll want to think of it in as much of a positive light as possible. So that's worth considering as well. Now, in Northern Ireland, there's a few planets in Taurus, a couple of planets in Taurus. We have the Sun and Mercury. And this is the chart for the inner planet, sorry, the inner chart, inner circle is the chart for Northern Ireland. The outer circle is a chart for the lunar eclipse. And as we can see, during the lunar eclipse, Jupiter was at 11 degrees of Taurus. And Jupiter will again reach that degree towards the end of February, beginning of March. So that's about 2 months away. And it makes a conjunction with the Sun position in the chart for Northern Ireland. Okay, so that's a Jupiter transit we've been having in Northern Ireland. And the situation at the minute politically is a lot of it's to do with leadership. When we look at the Sun, we certainly will have to consider leadership, and we don't have a leader. And the way the political situation is in Northern Ireland at the minute, if there's no government formed by the 18th of January 2024, there's going to be a general election called. The sentiment is, current sentiment according to the polls, is currently that Sinn Féin will take 31%, followed by DUP around 28%. And in terms of leadership approval ratings, Michelle O'Neill from Sinn Féin is the only one that has a positive net approval rating at +6%. All the other ones are down, and that's out of the top 6 parties. Jeffrey Donaldson, Sir Jeffrey, leader of the DUP, his net approval rating is down like 40-something%. So there's going to be big changes coming if the general election comes. So the election again for Northern Ireland. Okay, so big changes coming in Northern Ireland. In the chart for Michelle O'Neill, she's actually going to have her Jupiter return this year, and that could be a good thing for Michelle. Positive vibes from Michelle. Jeffrey Donaldson, on the other hand, is having Saturn transits. He's having a Saturn transit to his Jupiter, which is going to, which would suggest why his ratings are falling. So without getting into the political depths of it and ramifications, I'll be watching this closely and checking the astrology as we go along. Okay. So Bitcoin. Cryptocurrency, you mentioned earlier on that Jupiter and Taurus will affect money. Now, what we have coming up here for Bitcoin is the halving event. Now, Bitcoin works on a 4-year cycle. It's basically 2 years of a bull run, 2 years of a bear market. So that's 2 years up, 2 years down. And every 4 years, the Bitcoin halving event takes place, which cuts the Bitcoin supply, the new supply, in half. So only half of the Bitcoin network will be created. Bitcoin is created by the miners. So that's all going to, the amount they can create for the next 4 years will be cut in half. And historically, that coincides with the bull run, the price of Bitcoin, the value of it going up, increasing in value. as more people invest into it. So it makes the product more scarce, which means the value goes up. So this takes place, historically, this has seen huge runs on Bitcoin, and I think the current value is about $40,000. And some crypto experts have said that it's going to go to about 250,000 for one Bitcoin during this bull cycle, this bull run. So the estimated halving event is 17th of April 2024. And we can suggest, going by historical events, that this marks the start of this cycle increasing in value. Okay, the monetary value. Now, I'm not a financial advisor, so I can't recommend that you go invest into Bitcoin, but Bitcoin is the mother of cryptocurrency, and this energy transfers to the other cryptocurrencies as well, so they follow. There's a lagging, but if you're going to go into cryptocurrency, or if you're currently in cryptocurrency, this will be of interest. These transits will be very much of interest to you. Now, what actually will happen here during the halving event is that Jupiter meets the planet Uranus in Taurus. Okay, so that's a big, big conjunction. That's one of the biggest astrological conjunctions of 2024. Now, because it's in the sign of money, Uranus is reinventing. So it's reinventing, and it's supported by Jupiter, how we use money. Now, there's some of the new presidential candidates going for office are saying that they want to make Bitcoin, they want to have Bitcoin back the US dollar, because we don't have anything. There is nothing backing the US dollar at the minute, and the banks are free to print whatever they want. So there's a few people running for the presidency who want Bitcoin to back the US dollar. And we have also seen huge investors like the BlackRock ETFs and things like that being approved for Bitcoin, which means there's going to be a huge influx of investor money coming into Bitcoin very, very soon, as soon as all the approvals are done, which will probably occur before this halving event, which means this could be an absolutely crazy cycle, for 2024 and 2025 in terms of cryptocurrency. But this is not financial advice, because I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just doing my own research and sharing it with you. So what happens then a few days after is that the sun enters Taurus as well. So the sun will be shining light into the theme. It'll be waking up this conjunction here in the sign of Taurus, of Jupiter and Uranus. And at the same time, we also have Mars and Uranus. We have Mars making a conjunction aspect with the Uranus of Bitcoin. So there's potential here for extremely high volatility. So I wouldn't recommend that you trade cryptocurrency around this time, but rather to just buy it and hold and see what happens. But again, not financial advice, okay? Do your own research if you're buying into cryptocurrencies, okay? So other considerations in terms of your personal energies, does the Jupiter station activate your chart 5 degrees of Taurus, and also on the same degree of the previous eclipse from the 28th of October? So you'll want to check your chart for planets or degrees around 5 Taurus, 5 Scorpio, 5 Leo, 5 Aquarius. These are all the fixed signs. And the degrees you want to check if you have anything between 3 to 7 degrees of any of these signs. Okay. Now, which house is activated? Which house is activated in your chart as well? This will indicate which area of life things are going to take to start and be affected by this Jupiter energy. Okay, so if it's the sixth house, it could be like what you do in a normal day. It could be your normal job, your routine. If it's the seventh house, it could be to do with relationships, marriage, business relationships. So it's worth checking to see where this energy is going to affect your life the most. And you might also want to check where Sagittarius and Pisces are in your chart. And that's how the energy can play out as well. Okay. So if anyone wants a personal reading, you can contact me on Facebook, Star Drifter Astrology, where I'm available for personal consultations. I can do a yearly forecast. I can do a personal Jupiter forecast for the year ahead to see where Jupiter transits through your chart and any aspects it makes to any personal planets. And if anyone wants to show any appreciation for what I'm doing here, you feel free to buy me a coffee. And I need to go now, but if anyone wants to ask, general questions, queries, or whatever, comment here on YouTube or on Facebook. And you can go click on the link to buy me a coffee if you want to show appreciation. But most importantly, I wish everyone the very best for 2024. And hopefully your chart is blessed by the Jupiter direct motion going forward. Okay, thank you.